Definitely got some questions.
I got my motherfucking questions.
Damn, man. Come on, Bree.
Man, I wish I would have sent you some questions. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you can ask some. Nigga might need some help.
I got lots.
We good? All right, cool. All right.
Want me to start off like we normally do?
Yeah, I think I got this,
Got
bro.
it?
I got it.
Yeah, switch roles.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's Better This Way podcast. We are definitely doing things different today. And if you don't already know, I am your co-host, EJ.
And I am TJ. What's up, dog? Head up.
Bro, you didn't say it right, though. You got to say do it again. I am EJ. Nah, I think I said it wrong.
Yeah.
That's my part.
That's your part. Yeah, just keep rolling.
Yeah, all right. I'll just go tell you. Listen, you just do how we always do it.
Right,
yeah.
right.
But man, today I have the pleasure of interviewing my boy, man. He did such a wonderful and a terrific job last episode. So I'm returning the favor, my brother. How your week been, man?
It's been a very uplifting, positive week for me. This is a great week to be doing an interview because I've been getting people to show me a lot of love this week for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people been just saying, man, I see what you're doing. A lot of people admire my work and all that shit. Not even just with the podcast, but just day-to-day routine. So, yeah, man, it's been a very uplifting, positive week.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
All right, question one off. All right,
oh, this shit gonna be a breeze.
head ass. But nah, man.
Can I tell everybody that you, along with Bree, has already given me a shot.
Right.
And you guys have served me up some vodka here, and this shit is unfair.
Hey,
This is unfair,
yeah.
bro. Like I came in here and said that I want to do the interview sober.
Right. I think it's only right, man, because you need to loosen up, and then all the juices and everything will just start flowing. Because I know you refraining from saying certain things, you know. So
Nah.
I'm just gonna get it all out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get it all.
I'm gonna get it all out of you like a laxative pill. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right.
This is going to be the hardest multiple choice test you've ever had.
I'll take a multiple choice. Yeah.
All right.
Let's do
I guess I used the wrong analogy then.
analogy. Okay.
Analogy. I've never
Yeah.
heard it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's just all about how you say it. Okay. That's all about.
It's all about rhetoric.
It, but so on the show, man, you typically play the devil's advocate, right? You know, you pretty much like the middleman and the peacekeeper and all that. So I wanna know, why are you this way? Are you this way in real life, or is it just for the show?
That's me in real life as well. And it's not even necessarily playing a role. It's like when we had this episode when we had Jam on. We had this whole conversation about like, you know, is he on the fence with some of his answers? And it's not necessarily me being on the fence. It's me actually just saying that. Let me take that back. I take that back. I think the fact that I don't come on here and just say, motherfucker, bitch, shut the fuck up and all that shit, it gets looked at as, oh, he's being nice.
Who the fuck say that?
I'm not saying that you say that. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I was just asking. You know?
Well, I think because I'm not as vulgar or confrontational with what I'm trying to say,
right.
it gets looked at as, oh, he's being nice. But that's not necessarily the case. That's just not how I get my points across. Like, I've been married, and that teaches you how to have a civilized conversation without it going off the rails. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to be heard, if the objective is to be heard, it's probably best to say it in a way that someone can actually listen to you, and not just saying this is bullshit, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. Ain't nobody gonna, because when you start it's all about the way you start your argument. If you started off with some shit, with some bullshit, and they gonna automatically just turn the rest of what you trying to say off.
So because they pretty much already get defensive and
Yeah,
everything, right?
yeah, they already working on their defense. So, yeah, that's me in real life, bro. Like, a lot of shit is pretty gray, you know.
So you're very neutral, you know. 'Cause I know we said you neutral, and it's a lot of colors that's neutral, but the main one is like beige, right? Like you're very beige.
This guy here, man.
So
What this guy?
that's a real.
I'm offended by that. That's not a cool question.
Develop your personality.
I appreciate that, bro. Like, how did you develop your beige? That was a serious question for him.
That never happens.
Trying to run a podcast, got the phones ringing up.
Yeah. So you are right. You know, me being an interviewer, I have to do a better job at asking questions.
That was just a perfect example of what I was just explaining.
Okay.
Like you said, beigeness, and I automatically went into defense mode. Boom. I'm a prophet.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
didn't even know it.
Jesus. Thomas.
Wisdom.
So no, but on a serious note, so when did you adapt?
I don't know if it was a certain time, honestly.
Well, okay, so
I can't necessarily say it was a certain time.
If it wasn't a certain time, when did you know that to approach certain things in the way that you do approach them, as far as being very neutral?
When I guess I can't necessarily say when or when I even noticed it. Well, I can't say that, but I will say I did notice. I take that back. I did notice it being effective when I'm actually able to get my point across in a neutral manner. Because a lot of people say, yeah, it's neutral, but at the end of my argument or whatever, I'm still making a decision.
Right.
It's just digestible now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't necessarily pinpoint when it was like that or when I started thinking like that. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that. I really don't know.
Has it not been like that, like always, or do you always remember yourself being that way?
I would just say I've always been that way. I don't get into it with people, man. And when I do, it's normally their fault.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
As far as arguments with the other half and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. With other people, man, like I don't get into it with nobody, man. I respect everybody, bro. Everybody. That's always been my MO. So yeah.
So you say you always respect everybody. So how do you deal with everybody not respecting you?
That's another thing. I don't know who don't respect me.
Because you're respected.
Yeah, I see a lot of people that be on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and they say a bunch of shit like, oh, I got to get rid of these friends because these friends don't got my back, or niggas hating on my goals and my dreams. I ain't never went through none of that. Any goal that I've ever wanted to achieve, it's always been love behind me.
Yeah. Always
been love. Now, if somebody was hating or not respecting me, they definitely did a horrible job at showing it to me. I've always received love from people, bro. Always.
That's good. Yeah, I would say. Well, I haven't really.
Do you know somebody that don't fuck with me?
I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of people in the world, you know. So I'm sure it's somebody that probably don't fuck with you, you know.
I'm definitely sure if there is, but if you're in my circle, yeah, I don't know who you are, because all I receive is, hey man, keep going. Good looking on that one. I'm proud of you. Best wishes. Good luck. You know, I'm always around positive reinforcement. It's good. Always been that way.
I mean, because it's a lot of unpositive reinforcement out there in the universe. So it's to only receive that. I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, because I'm trying to see if I have received hate. I mean, but it's probably like family or some shit like that. You know, just thinking with how they would want to do things or how they think certain things should go, you know. And I think I spoke about that on the last episode doing my part. So we're gonna switch gears a little bit. That's some shit your neutral ass would say. So
this guy
growing up, man. You grew up the oldest, right?
I'm I'm the oldest sibling in the household that we grew up in. I do have a sister. She didn't live in the house with us though.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my dad's firstborn.
Damn, I don't think I ever knew that.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So you had a sister that I didn't know about, and I had a sister that you didn't know about.
That sound about right.
Yeah.
I think like I've told you about her before. I've mentioned her on the podcast before. Now, one thing, you probably hadn't met her. You've been in the same room with her before, but you probably hadn't been formally acquainted.
Why is that? It just didn't happen?
Not my sister. My sister dope. First of all, she's super dope. I really admire her. But she didn't live here for a while. Like, she was living in Spain a few years ago. And then I think she lived in a few other states. So she ain't really been here. Probably, she just moved back here, I want to say.
Yeah.
In recent years, but she's mobile, bro. She move around. So that's my answer to that. But yeah, I introduce you, man. She a super dope person.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
But now we had a couple of conversations about her, but
About who?
your sister. I mean, me and that you told me about her before. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. I just want to see if you remember that you told me, because I remember me telling you about mine.
Right,
But
right.
you know, we say that for episode 85. But so you grew up being the oldest in the household.
Right.
So explain to me how that was. Was it either like, I want you to explain how was it growing up then, and how was it growing up and being the man that you are today, for as still being the elderless.
The elderless.
Being elder.
I'm an elder. Oh, Lord, I am an elder. Well, first of all, I got two of my bros here, man. They actually came by today. I'm about to be PC. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and take a break. Let's get this nigga another shot right quick.
No, I'm just joking, man. To answer your question, man, like coming up, and they probably don't even know this, bro, but like all of our older cousins, uncles, aunts, and parents always put on me, watch out for your brother. Watch out for your brothers. Be a good example. Do this. You got to do it the right way. They looking at you. I've heard that my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
My whole life. Like even to this day. I still hear it. Like my brother opened up his barbershop in June of last year. And one of my cousins tapped me on the shoulders like, you did good, bro. Like, huh? Like, no, that was all him.
Yeah.
That was all him. But he was saying that you set the pendulum. Did I say that word right?
I'm gonna say no because I ain't never heard it.
But it was actually a beautiful thing because on Christmas Eve, I pulled my little bro to the side, the one that opened the barbershop, and I just said, man, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you, man. I see what you're doing. You about to get married. You got your barbershop going. Just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. And then he said, man, I've heard people say that 1,000 times, man, but it mean the most coming from you. Shit, almost made me water up, bro. I was like, oh man.
That's that. I mean, because
so it's very rewarding.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure because, and sometimes, and for lack of better words, sometimes it's kind of jealousy, because I do all the fucking up.
Yeah.
First, you know what I'm saying? I do all the fucking up, and then I go in like, yo, hey, this is what big bro did wrong. Gat, do this shit with your credit. Do this shit in your relationships. Do this shit if you got a ticket or something like that. Get that shit resolved. Like, I do all the fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the rough draft. I'm the rough draft, man. And so, like, I laced them up on game, man. And in recent years, I tried not to give them advice so much, though.
Speak on that for me.
Because they grown men now.
Yeah.
I had to remind myself that they grown, bro. I literally had to remind myself that, yo, they not little bros no more. One of them sitting to my right, nigga, swoller than me. You know what I'm saying? So they grown men, and I've always still had that protective thing over them. Like it don't go nowhere. just because they grown, but I have to remind myself like, no, I want to respect them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna treat them like a man, you know. But at the end of the day, when I lay down at night, that's still a little bro.
Right.
You know? But I try not to give advice because I know how I am about advice. You know, that's just straight up being me. Like, I don't do unsolicited advice well.
Right.
You know?
And a lot of people love to give unsolicited advice.
So I don't do they don't have no problem asking me something. Especially Chisel. He don't have, like, he asked me something just yesterday morning and said, man, thank you for that, big bro. Like, that shit makes me feel good, but I don't give advice unless they ask now.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they ask, man.
So like, did you stumble on that before, or did it just came to you like, man, let me not do this?
I think it was just me just realizing they grown now.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it was anything that like a mistake happened or anything like that. It was just me realizing like, yo, like, these niggas grown now. They grown. They driving. They got jobs, starting families. You know what I'm saying? So they are men. It's time to treat them as such.
I like that. First of all, I remember on the last show we talked about being an OG. You know, like you said that you ain't never had an OG. I said the same thing. So like, how does it feel being that to them? You know, being like giving something that you didn't have, and you know, and passing that down to somebody else.
It feels good now. It feels good now. Like, cause they, you know, you can just watch them live. You know, like they living. I ain't got to be protecting them or nothing like that all the time. But when I was younger, like my mom apologized to me probably like a year ago. And she said, I want to apologize to you for putting so much responsibility on you with your brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom had to take jobs out of town sometimes, so it would just be us four at the crib. And here I'm buying dinner, picking them up from school. Like, this shit that dad was supposed to be here doing or whatever, you know? And so she actually apologized to me like a year ago. And I thought that was real sweet of her, but I don't think I noticed it until she said something.
You just thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Because I enjoy being around my bros.
Yeah,
I enjoy being around them. Yeah.
Oh, you done? My bad.
Did I answer your question? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm drinking, bro. So
no, I mean,
you have to keep me on track.
You ain't drunk much, like, but it's
I'm
cool.
Trying not to. I'm trying not to.
He talking about I'm drinking, nigga. It's still full.
I took a shot, man. I took a shot and I'm sipping on this.
That's amazing. If you need a break, though, I prepared a few because I felt pretty left out on the last week.
Oh, it's okay. But I do got another question, though.
Nice. Honestly, that's surprising.
That's why you ain't saying nothing. Jack, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just bluffing. I didn't have any. I only have a list of 10.
Ask one, and then we'll piggyback off each other.
What's under the beard? Do you have a weak chin?
All right, so let's go ahead. You already.
I'm gonna answer this real quick. Man, I was shaving, like I was trimming. Not shaving. I was trimming my beard. This was like March of 2018. I remember the month because I said I ain't doing this shit no more. And I went down like lower than I wanted to. And then I said, fuck it, let me go down a little bit lower. And it was uneven. And then I plugged it. And I was like, fuck, man. So I just cut the whole thing off, bro. And dog, I do not like my chin. I forgot what it looked like, bro.
This is what the people want to hear.
Yeah, I do not like my chin, bro. So you guys will always see the beard. I forgot what my chin looked like. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird. I remember when I cut my beard, bro. Alicia was washing Taylor's hair, so she couldn't, like, her head was upside down in the sink. So I just walked past her, and Taylor said, "Mommy, was that Daddy?"
What?
She couldn't even recognize me. She's always known me with the beard. You know what I'm saying? So under the beard, Josh, is just a chin that I'm that I'm still trying to get familiar with.
That
Like,
was-
I forgot what he looked like.
That was just a throwaway question to distract you from the real questions.
Oh,
I didn't think that was going to be a good answer. All right.
I have a booty chin, so
That's like the dimple, right?
yeah, I got a dimple in the middle of my chin.
That's a good sign.
I don't know what the fuck for. But let's go back, Josh. Thank you for your amazing question.
You're welcome.
You know, because you really set the tone. Because I'm finna switch the bitch right back. So growing up, man, I heard you speak on that. This is something that dad is supposed to be doing. So did you how was your relationship with your dad growing up?
Damn. That's a question, bro. Cause I speak about him a lot, and I learned a lot of stuff from him. But I was scared of my dad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was intimidated. Like he's, if I'm not mistaken, I think my dad's still taller than me. He had this heavy voice. Voice is just deep, man, and he rock a big beard. You know, like damn, like that's a man's man. But I think it may have been the traditional father-son relationship in some aspects, because he was always on me, especially when I was younger. He was always on me about like the way you talk, the way you walk, you know, like walk like a man, talk like a man. You know what I'm saying? You greet people like a man. You know, like it was always based on trying to be a real man. And so I remember like faking the funk around him sometimes. Like, oh shit, dad around here. Let me stick my chest out a little bit more, you know, because it's a tin hut when he here, you know. And I don't want to paint the picture like he was beating me or anything like that. But I was the only child for 6 years. So a lot of the shit was just us two. But he wasn't beating me or nothing like that. I got whoopings like a normal kid, but
right.
He wasn't like going upside my head and throwing shit at me. I was just afraid of him, bro. Like cause he was big as shit. You know, when you a kid, you know, like I look at the way my daughter look at me sometimes, like damn, she see me like I see him, or like I saw him. But the difference is I don't think she's intimidated by it. Cause she's always making jokes about, oh, daddy, you so big, you so tall, you know. But she's like, as far as stature goes,
Yeah,
that's intimidating to a kid sometimes. And I was no different. Now, granted, he laced me up on a lot of game. Like bruh, I think my dad was in the streets. Because a lot of shit that he taught me was like how to survive in the streets. You know, but it was never nothing like, yo, this is what you do when you get a mortgage. It was none of that. It was never none of that shit. It was about, like, I remember my dad gave me the scariest advice ever, bro. He said, if you see a group of dudes on the sidewalk and you coming down the sidewalk, you don't walk around and you walk through them. And I was like, hold on, what? You trying to get me beat up? And I did that shit.
mm-hmm. You get beat up?
I ain't get beat up though. I ain't get beat up. But I think he was just trying, like, it's that whole macho shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, if my dad was like a public figure now, a lot of women call him toxic. They would call him toxic. But I get on your ass because they're still my dad at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But it was I was always trying to be a man's man around her, even as a kid, you know. And I think that's how I don't know what it's like being a father of a boy. I have a little girl, so the dynamic is very different.
Yeah,
I can be soft around her.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
I'm pretty sure that's why she feel very comfortable saying certain things, because she know, you know,
Absolutely
nothing's gonna transpire from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a different dynamic, man, with sons and daughters. So I don't really know how that looks just yet. But as far as me and my
hold on. Go. What you just say? Just yet? You don't know how that looks just yet.
Oh no, I don't want no more kids.
You don't want more. You would
Nah.
never said just yet.
Well, that was an accident, brother. I didn't mean to say that one.
Hey, go. Let me go.
You just pushed the drink closer to me. Nah, I don't want no more kids, man. I'm good. One and done, bro. I'm already 33 years old. I ain't trying to be having no kids when I'm 36, 37. Fuck
You'll
that.
be all right.
Nah, I'm good.
I think you'll be all right, bro. So, what is...
Just got done paying for daycare. $700 a month for daycare. It's a good reminder not to do that shit again.
Sound like child support to me, but it's not about me. So what if you can remember, man? Cause you did say that your dad was away from the house for a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah, him and my mom split up when I was a teenager. I want to say around 15, 16, something like that.
Okay.
They split up, yeah.
So all your bros was already born and things pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. They was here.
Yeah. Okay. So hey, I want to put that question on the back hole. So so did that do anything to you for as mentally for as your mom and dad splitting while you was a teenager? Or did you see it coming, or you was just like, oh, okay?
Man, all right. So let me say this, because since we speaking about family and stuff like that, I just feel like I got to give a disclaimer, because I got a lot of family that listen to the podcast actually, and friends. These are my thoughts, my opinions, and my views. You know what I'm saying? So
It's not going to get you out of trouble saying that.
If you feel me, if you feel any kind of way, then ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like let's rectify the situation. But when my dad left, I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I was excited about that. And not to say that, I didn't want to be around him. It was just like it was the tone was different. The tone was different. I guess like I can relax a little bit.
You had to stick your chest out.
I had to stick my chest out, so I ain't had to be on 10, all the time. So I could relax a little bit, but also just the fact that I don't think him and my mom should have stayed together as long as they did. Like I remember when the divorce was finalized, I was like, "Yo, great! That's great news." Cause I still love you and I still love him, but this is gonna be good for you guys individually, and that's okay. So when he left, it was cool, man. I was thinking about this the other day. This is not even a question that you asked me, but I was wondering what I was gonna do. When you were a senior in high school, how everybody say they hated high school?
Mm-hmm.
I was having too much fun in high school. I had too much fun, bro, that I was not even planning for what's gonna happen after May.
You was out here ride dogging and stuff.
Nah, I wasn't doing all that.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to see what's fun to you.
So that's EJ fun. That's EJ
Hold
fun.
on, hey, this ain't about me.
Nah, man, I was having a lot of fun, bro, and I was going back and forth on what I want to do. That I want to go to college. That I want to go to the military. That I want to go to a vocational school. And my dad actually gave me some good advice, but I didn't take it because he lost his influence.
Influence as a father?
Yeah, and like input on me at that time. When you're a teenager, you like, yeah, like you still like the man and shit, but I'm about to be like you in a few years, And so he gave me some good advice. He was like, you ain't been the best student. You ain't necessarily been the best student academically or anything like that. I don't know if you have some interest in going to the military, but he said, just go to a trade school, get you a trade. And I was like, all right, well, and I ignored it. But that was some good advice.
Yeah.
That was some solid advice. Like trades are not going anywhere.
Right. It's always going to be around.
Yeah. But he lost his influence, bro. And I was like, damn, well, I'm still gonna make it work on my own. But thinking about that situation now, it's like I can't even necessarily say I would have took that advice then,
Yeah.
Still.
But you probably would have considered it more. You think?
I get knowing what I know now, I would have just did what he said.
Yeah.
You know, but at that time, like the relationship that was being built at that time, it's like it was a difficult relationship. So, like I said, he lost his influence. Like I'm looking at the next year, I'm gonna be out of here anyway. You know. So, but yeah, good question, bro.
Yeah. I can keep digging. You know.
Now we can wrap it up actually if you want.
Go. All right. Cool. All right.
This has been another episode.
Pass collection plate. So. I wanna cause you asked me
what
this.
Am I doing? What am I doing?
Go and take a sip, cause you ain't enjoyed them about 20 minutes, nigga. Go
Hey,
ahead.
let me ask my bro. Hey, bros, am I good? We good? I got one thumbs up. What DA say?
Hey, I know it's that nigga DA don't give a fuck.
DA looked at me like DA just looked at me like all facts, nigga. That's my bros, man. So
Go ahead and drink, bro. I'm gonna drink with you.
You got a bang, bro. That ain't.
Hey, Bree didn't bring me a drink, dog. So I got it.
Okay, first of all, you did not ask for one.
That's a sip.
That was a weak ass sip. But
I'm pacing myself, man.
what you say, Bree? I'm sorry.
Do you want a drink?
What time is it?
Oh, you got time? You stop? I drunk with every hour of the day with this dude.
You just gotta ask nicely.
Bree, if you can be a sweetheart, would you mind giving me a
You know
vodka?
what? I would be more than happy.
Well, thank you, girl. And no, don't make that seltzer shit like you did with TJ.
Shit, I know you guys can't handle that shit.
I know, right?
I can handle it. I'm just trying to not be drunk
Oh,
on
nah.
an interview.
Hey, what's fucked up is like I feel like the dude that be in the club like you want another drink? You want another drink? Because I really want you to kill that, bro. Because you bullshitting right now,
Bro, I'm not I'm not gonna get because I'm gonna be on here saying all kind of shit.
Oh,
bro.
dude,
I gotta be responsible still.
Just wait until EJ's done with his questions and all the alcohol's kicked in. Then I'm gonna launch my 10 like rapid fire ones.
And you gonna back down?
They're all trick questions.
All right. Fuck
Great.
it.
I'm
So
excited.
you asked me this question last week, man, and
Lord.
it was a good question. So I definitely want to get your opinion and your view on this.
Okay. Can I say something real quick? I love my dad. I love my dad,
This
bro.
nigga in disclaimers.
Oh, I know, bro. And you also got me drinking, so I'm talking out of turn. But I love my pops. It's a relationship that we're fixing now. I don't want to leave it like it was just rotten still.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's some shit that we actually repairing now, and I can actually be a man around him comfortably. So,
That's-
yeah.
You know, since we still on this, man.
Yeah.
How? Cause you say you guys in the mix of repairing things that wasn't repaired. You know, that broke, tore. Well, how people say the shit? Tore. We go with the white word. So how is that relationship being repaired?
Just more phone calls.
Yeah.
That's all. Kind of making it a point to initiate the relationship. Like my daughter asked about him a few months ago, you know, and she was like, who is my grandpa? And, you know, she seen him when he saw her when she was real young.
Mm-hmm.
So she don't remember. So I said, you know what? Versus me just telling you about him, you know, I'll tell you about him a little bit, but let's go see him, you know. And so I cleared a whole day just to ride around with her, and we went to go scoop up my dad. And this was around the time that my brother had opened his barbershop. So we went, picked him up, took him to the barbershop. My daughter was getting acquainted with him and everything like that. So it's me just more so engaging on purpose, you know. With a lot of the toxic shit that my dad probably exudes, I understand where it come from, you know. I think I would be foolish, and this was a lot of people need to understand, even about your own relationships with your parents, is they come from a different era, bro. They come from a very different era. My dad is a man of the 50s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all that tough love shit was real to him. You know, like, we don't live in that climate no more. So it's kind of unfair to base how we live and love each other today and put that on some shit that he should have knew decades ago. That's not fair. And I also understand the fact that his upbringing was different, you know, and it made him who he was. So he was only doing what he thought was right. So I can say that, yo, this is some bullshit, but I have the advantage over you because I know the bullshit, but I'm also willing to rectify it.
Yeah.
As well.
That's a good point, man, because I feel that us as being parents and even our parents, the upbringing has a lot to do of who that person is, you know, the way they do certain things. And I hate when I talk, bro. I just forget so much shit, you know.
You good.
But I think that's good, man. Bree, thank you. You painted your nails and shit? No, girl, okay. Thank you.
You just blame me for a sip like that. Nigga, go up that shit, bro.
After you, my brother.
You gon'
After you.
I've been drinking.
But the question that I was gonna because I literally forgot where I was going with what I was going with.
Okay.
So I'm just go back to
Sign from God.
Yeah, awesome. You asked me, what does love mean, and when was the first time you was in love, and all of everything under the love umbrella that you did, dispose upon on me. You know, I was definitely put in a situation where I actually had to talk about love.
Okay.
And that's something that I don't mind doing. But I mean, I don't talk about love, you know, just to random people.
Mm-hmm.
But I said in 2020, I want to be more expressive for as my love that I have,
Right.
you know, for people, you know, because I don't think when the last time I said I love you?
I don't know, probably last week sometime.
Maybe 2 weeks. I don't know, you know,
Yeah.
but I say it. But so I'm gonna do a better job, but not just really just saying love, but showing it.
Right.
You know, that don't mean taking you to the strip club like you want to do. You know, we ain't.
You
gonna
know
do
that ain't my vibe.
Yeah, you change, but
hey, bro, take the mic off, man. This interview was a wrap.
but no, man, I want to know. There's bubble gum.
Nah.
Okay.
Lemon drop.
And lemon drop. All right. I'm sorry. You know, that's me. I'm very. So I want to know that, like, what are your views on love, and I also want to know, I want to know your views on marriage as well. So I'm gonna ask you this, so I don't have to backdoor with something. It can already be flowing. You can already think about your answers.
Okay.
I'm giving you a heads up. You know, I'm
Okay.
very beneficial towards you.
I appreciate it. Lord.
Fresh.
First question.
Want to take a shot?
A shot. I'm not finna go up all this damn.
Nah, that's
bro.
cool. We can do half.
I ain't never did this.
That's what she said.
We just treated a drink like a shot. That was a bit weird. We just treated a drink like a shot. I touched the table and everything.
Boy, that shit was funny. I'm sorry, and that nigga got it on camera. That's the messed up part.
We weird, man. What's the question? Ask me a question, man. I know you just gave me like, oh, this is what I'm about to ask.
No,
like
I
need a specific question. Well, can you ask it again, please?
Yeah, my bad. I'm the interviewer. I gotta do a better job, my brother. My bad. So I want to know your thoughts. What does love mean to you? What does it look like to EJ? Not to EJ, to TJ. And how do
Just had the first sip of your drink. Come on. Didn't make it that
He
strong.
just started drinking.
what does love looks like to TJ, and how does TJ express his love?
What does love look like to me? It looks like sacrifice. Love, I think love is sacrifice. You sacrifice pieces of yourself, or like we said on the last episode, that you got to be insane to love sometimes, you know,
Most definitely.
because you literally putting somebody's desires sometimes their wants, their needs, all that above yours. And we know the first law of man is self-preservation, you know, but for you to deny yourself out of love, you know, like that's some heavy shit. So to me, it looks like sacrifice. Love will make you do some crazy shit in a good way and in a bad way.
Hey, what Al Green say?
It'll make you do right
And it make you do wrong.
Make you, what do you say? Make you come home early and make you stay out all night long.
All true.
Bro, facts. That song is old as hell, but it still rings true into the matters of the heart today. So yes, love looks like sacrifice to me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's been shit that I said I wouldn't do, and I did it in the name of love.
In the name of love.
I said I would never work 2 jobs. Said I'd never work 2 jobs. Fuck that. And shout out to CJ. His great grandmother was the one who told me this. She said, "Baby, 2 jobs are for 2 people." You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Get your rest." And so, like that was always my MO. Like, nah, I ain't working on 2 jobs. But I guess like when you say you love somebody and you willingly make these sacrifices to do certain stuff, you go out of your way for it, bro. And that's love for a person, and that can even be love for a hobby of yours.
Yeah.
Like you willing to sacrifice everything else in your life in order to do this.
Right. Athletes do it all the time. I think that's a wonderful analogy. You know, they put their bodies on the line and they sacrifice so much for the love of the game.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm sure it has a lot to do about money, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of athletes they just love hooping. They just love playing football.
Indeed.
You know. So I feel like that's a major sacrifice, you know, watching what you eat, not raping women, you know.
What?
Wait. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that like they sacrificing, you know, like like please Lord, please don't make me rape this bitch, please, you know, like. I'm not saying that.
Huh?
All right, let's go to the next question.
She just got awkward like
It didn't come out right. But
see, this is why I'm barely drinking, bro.
I get what you're saying. Like, stay on a straight line. Is what he's trying to
yeah,
say.
because it's they. But yeah, bro.
We just laughing at you, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I ain't sweating. You know.
Right.
But no. So how does TJ gives love? How do he express his love to his friends, to his loved ones, and somebody that has his interest?
I think through the same thing what I just answered with the same way I just answered, through sacrifice. You know, you need help moving. I don't like moving, but I love you, bro. I got your back.
Yeah,
I come through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say through sacrifice as well, man. Like I was late getting to this podcast today, but I had to go to my daughter's cheer event. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna sacrifice a few moments with the podcast, and thankfully we got started late anyway.
yeah.
But I don't give a damn what we do with the podcast, but I'm gonna be at this cheer event, and it is what it is, you know, because I'm creating memories with her.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, you wasn't
So-
even that late. You know, you been later. Missed the whole episode.
This
But
still ain't let that go, huh?
nigga, that shit was rough.
Oh man.
But
My bad, bro. I'm sorry. Hey, I have you know I was doing something good.
I know what you was doing, man.
Yes, I was doing something good.
Yeah, it was just yeah. I got you, bro. You know it's all love.
Bree just said it. She said you sacrificed.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
For love. And you know what? A lot of people probably won't even recognize the love that a person is giving without sacrifice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just throwing little gems out there, you know, so people can actually hear what needs to be said.
Right on.
But All right, so we tackled the love, tackle how you express love. So now I just really want to pick your brain on your thoughts about marriage. You know, so how does TJ what is your real name?
If people don't know already, it's Thaddeus.
I was like, no.
Hey, this it's an interview.
Thaddeus Jacoby Johnson Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my name.
Hey, we got listeners, right? They
Salute. No, I ain't giving my name away. I said my name on the podcast a few times.
Yeah.
I think you've even said it. And I don't ever edit those parts out. So if you want to know my first name for real, then
listen to the show.
yeah, you just got to go back, you know. But I ain't finna say it now, especially after giving up all this information. What did he say about his dad?
Find this nigga.
Nah, we ain't finna do that.
Right. So let's since you want to dodge the question, you know, let's go ahead and tackle the real question. You need me to ask it again?
How my name became Thaddeus?
The real question was what are your thoughts on marriage, man?
What are my thoughts on marriage? Marriage is beautiful, bro. Marriage is it's a journey. It's a milestone. It's sacrifice. You know, it's scary. It's scary too. You know, it's a lot of different things, man. So you say how I describe it. What you say? How I view it? What you say?
I just said, what are your thoughts on it?
What are my thoughts on it? My thoughts on it is that you have it's one of those weird things which you gotta go through it to know if it's for you or not. You know, you got people who say I never get married. Well, you don't know that until you get married. Now, if you have that passion right now, then I'm not gonna say, yo, you need to go through that. You need to go get married right now to find out if you really don't want this shit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying I would never talk somebody out of getting married.
If that's something that they want.
If that's something you want to do, then yeah, go for it. You know, yeah, it's literally one of those things you got to go through it before you know if this is for you or not. I really put it in the same bracket as like the military and college. That shit ain't for everybody. It's not for everybody, but it's a good thing.
Yeah,
marriage is beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. Why is Josh laughing, man? Marriage is very beautiful, man. I'm not being PC or anything. That's how I really feel.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing, bro. When two lives become one, you know, like the merging of that and starting a family together. That's the beautiful side of it, man.
What makes? Because we're talking about marriage. So what makes the two people become one?
For me, that's I like that direct question. For me, it's not necessarily exchanging of vows. It's not. And I didn't have this thought when I got married, though. You know, I believed it just like everybody else did. But it wasn't until I got into the marriage. I was like, you know, hold on, who was the officiator at Adam and Eve wedding?
Was they married?
You know,
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I've said this on the podcast. There's nothing that makes two people closer than sex and creating a child together and living together. You can do all that without signing a marriage certificate. So yeah, that's my answer to your question. Did I answer that right? What was your question? What was your question? It's y'all fault,
bro. You is not drunk, bro.
I'm not drunk, but I'm forgetting your question.
No, so the last question I asked was, because we're gonna go back into the marriage thing.
Okay.
But it was, what makes two people become one?
Right. So what makes two people become one is sex. Let me go into that.
Are we talking about like condom sex or?
Nah, they're raw.
Okay.
They're raw.
Now you want to raw. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a kid, bro. I'm very pro condom usage, though. Everybody strap up.
You should.
Everybody strap up. All right. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies too. Strap up.
Put some saran wrap around that shit.
Do something. Protect yourself. But I think, bro, sex is more than just two people fucking. You know, like when you get older, you look at sex as a lot different than you did when you're 17. When you first started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a spiritual thing that's happening sometimes. You know, it's a emotional thing that's happening sometimes. Like how many times have you like really been having sex and you almost said some shit that you probably shouldn't even be saying to this person? If it's that intimate, it's that intimate. You know,
Man, I must be detached like a motherfucker.
You just fucking.
Well, I ain't saying I'm out here fucking now. You know,
There's
I'm
a difference.
You know, it is.
I'm I'm not just talking about fucking. I'm talking about sex, like making love with someone that you. And I shouldn't even say something that you shouldn't have said. But how many times have you felt prompted to express your love while in the act of sex? I love you while you're doing it. I love you. You kissing. You're touching. Like that's not even you at that moment. Yeah. Like it's something that's going on at that moment. So I really believe that, like, when two people get together, it's the soul ties thing, man.
Yeah,
you know,
soul ties is definitely real. You know, you can definitely a person can definitely push off their energy upon you. You know, even hidden energy. You know, shit that they don't want you to know, like probably depression. Because I actually remember with one of my exes, she was going through like depression and everything, and then all of a sudden, you know, I felt like I was having the same experience, you know. So, and I'm like, nigga, I ain't never been depressed.
You know, energy
you know?
some kind
so
of way.
I said, this bitch got to go. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, of course, I stayed around. You know what I'm saying? But I said she had to go. You know,
everybody's done that.
I stayed, but I said, dude, what's something is off here? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, nigga stayed around until I didn't stay around. You know, but I agree with you from that aspect. But I feel like a lot of like adults, they don't really slip up with that "I love you" thing. That was really like younger days. You think so? I mean, yeah. So
you just threw something in the trash.
Well, I did. I was about to, you know. So cause we ain't crossed it yet. So okay. I you know, but let's get back and park the car, man. You know, we've been driving for a while. You know, that sounds like some shit Josh should say. Let's park the car. But let's get back to this marriage thing, man. So, damn, man, I don't even know how to ask. You know, I feel like you last week.
It's not as easy.
Not
easy.
What? How would you ask this question? You know, the question that you think I'm trying to ask. All right, so transitioning. Well, nah, I do need to be better at transitioning. But
you're doing a good job, man.
I appreciate it, man. I studied your tape. You know,
my tape. I got a mixtape of interviews. That's crazy.
I studied your tape. Your last episode. I studied it.
Studied my tape. What is this? The 80s?
Oh,
tape.
So man. Okay, but before I ask this question,
I'm really looking like that, man. I'm so nervous.
I'm thinking it. I'm thinking it, but I don't know.
How? Because I'm gonna ask this question and I'm gonna really get myself together.
Okay.
How does it feel being a father to your little girl?
My honest opinion on that is, I feel like I get the easy side of raising a daughter, because I'm not raising a son. So all of the preparing for life and stuff is on the mother, and that's not to say I don't prepare her for life. It just seemed like like I can never know what it's like to be a woman, so I don't have to say the woman stuff. So it's actually easy. Like I get the fun side of it, but Alicia is a lot more stern than I am in raising our daughter, and I realize it's because she's preparing her to be a woman in this real world that we live in, you know. And I get the, you know, hop on my shoulders, you know, let's go, you know, let's go play with your dolls upstairs, let's do this and do that. Like I get the fun side of it. Let's go get ice cream, you know. But and I'm not saying that it's just all fun, because we talk about some fundamentals of life as well. We talk about a lot of, like, I'm trying not to shy her from anything. Yeah. I don't want to shy her away from anything. Like any tough question that she asks, that's my prompt to say, okay, she's ready for this conversation. She's ready for this conversation. And we've had some difficult conversations at 6 years old. You know, like when she asked about death, you know, when she asked about mean friends, you know, why some friends kind of flaky like that. Like it's some deep stuff at 6 years old.
Man, what school she go to? And then Caleb asked me about what we gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? He was like what something like that. he ain't never came to me about death. But one thing I have noticed, he was like, we was watching something, dude, and this nigga said, man, he gonna kill him. Watch. I said, nigga, what? Like, where are you getting this from? He gonna kill him. Oh, he about to die. Watch. He telling me, watch, he about to die. Like, nigga, like, where Blue's Clues at or some shit? Like,
she's all like introspective.
Yeah.
What about the death thing? Like her, her grandparents from her mom's side is no longer here. Mm-hmm. So when those questions get brought up, then again, it's no need to shy away from it. Let's go ahead and tackle it now. So yeah, she learned about death pretty early, I guess. So yeah, but it feels great to be a father of a little girl. I grew up around our boys. Salute to my sister, but she didn't grow up in the house with us.
Right.
So I didn't know anything about women because my mom kind of conformed to us. She conformed to like us. Like I didn't know about periods. I didn't know about mood swings. I didn't know about anything that pertains to a woman. I didn't know any of that until I got married. And now I'm, you know, like it was a shell shock when I got married. And then when I had a kid, it's like, oh, this is the beginning of that. Yeah. I see how this is manufactured. You know, I see how this works now. So let me cater to these areas, you know. But also prepare for the real way. I try not to like
shy away from shit.
Spoiler, you know. I think I'm pretty bad at that.
I'm gonna say
she got in trouble today, and I was like, well, between me and you, we'll get that for you, you know. But it feels good, bro. It feels good to be the father of a daughter. I don't know what it's like around women, so I'm having a lot of fun being a dad to a daughter, and it's a beautiful experience, man. I think women are gonna run this world by the time she's an adult. So I think I hit the jackpot. So yeah, she gonna be out here kicking ass, bro.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So you say you ain't never you ain't know what it was like to grow up around women because your mom adapt to you guys.
Yeah.
I got all that shit. I remember, man, going in the bathroom. I'm like, why the fuck all these damn big ass tissue balls in the trash can? Why won't they just flush them?
Never saw that.
Like, I remember this. I'm like, what? Like all the damn tissue always gone. They just balling shit up. Why they just balling shit up and putting it in the trash?
You know when you dating somebody and you go over their house, you go over a chick house or something like that, and you see like she's clean and she's pretty and beautiful and all that shit. But then you see her bathroom and it's hair in the sink and makeup all over the place. She's like, damn, what the fuck? Like I didn't see that from my mom. My mom was, you know, she was really a trooper in that aspect. She raised boys, man. So salute to her, man. But I didn't know anything about a woman until I got married. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I guess that was my advantage, growing in a household with women, because you know I know how to cook and shit too. You know,
that's good.
Yeah, I do. I don't just make stuff. You know, I prepare things. And there was no shot towards you or nothing like that.
I don't cook. I take pride in it. Well, I don't take pride in it, but I'm not ashamed of it. I don't cook.
That's
don't.
awesome. I mean, you
I won't starve though.
Right, I mean, because you got money, you know.
Well, it's
for
not
takeout.
it's not necessarily
You got
that.
money for
Like
takeout.
if I don't have any money, I'm gonna cook something.
You'll figure it out.
I'm gonna figure it out, but I'm not gonna starve. But as to ask TJ if he cooks, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm a good maker. I make things.
Makes things.
I don't cook a damn thing though.
Yeah. So what has been? Cause I think I got it. What has been the most challenging, toughest thing you had to talk to your daughter about? To you.
See, when we say we was gonna do these interviews, like I said this before we started recording, like it didn't even occur to me that I had to do an interview.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yo, we finna blow EJ
I'm
up.
finna fuck him up.
No, not fuck him up. Like I read cause sometimes like with the responses that we get, like I don't like it, you know, when they be mad at you about something you said, cause I know the real you.
Yeah.
So I want to highlight you, and then I'm like, damn, hold up, I gotta do an interview too. Shit.
Yeah.
And this is one of those questions that I was a bit apprehensive to answer. But the most difficult discussion that I, as well as Alicia, has had to have with our 6-year-old is the fact that mommy and daddy are not together no more. That was tough. The toughest thing I probably ever had to do. And I've had a gun pulled in my face before.
You survived.
Yeah, but that was tough. And the way that I was fumbling with my words while trying to say it, I felt like a kid, dog. I felt like a kid, man. And you know when I said it, you know, like I remember even asking for Alicia to like help, because I'm normally good with tough discussions. Like I'm not afraid of the sex discussion. I'm not afraid of her dating boys when she turns a certain age. I'm not afraid of that. But this is hard. And I think what make it even harder is the fact that she didn't even know. Like you say, hey, we say, hey, we need to talk to you, and she came in and just happy. It's like, oh, this is gonna be real. It would have been easier if she was already sad, but she was happy. You know, she was excited. She was asking other questions that didn't have anything to do with what we was about getting ready to discuss, and to like just shatter that, it broke my heart, bro.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
Nah, I'm gonna say it because people need to hear it. But she started crying. I started crying.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia started crying. But we out in there just. And the whole time I'm thinking, I'm breaking this up. This is all on me. That's the thing I was thinking the whole time. Like, damn, like I'm shattering her world, bro.
You feel like it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm breaking her heart. I'm breaking Alicia's heart. Like, toughest thing I ever had to do, bro. Toughest. So, she, of course, we all cried, and I said, hey, if you got any questions, you know, you can definitely ask now. If you can't even think of anything, be sure to be open with us going forward. You can ask us a question at any time. Your mother, your dad, we'll be here for you, you know. And like a few moments after that, like everything was back to normal. Everything was back to normal. And she asked a couple questions. You don't know what to say. She's 6, you know. She's 6. She's still trying to figure it out.
She's still trying to understand and process it.
Yeah, like Alicia just texted me 2 days ago and said that, hey, Taylor brought this up, you know, and I told her this. And salute to her mom, because Cause she has been, she has been, she has taken this well. I guess I can't think of any other words. Like I'm breaking up something. I'm breaking up a family. You know. And like I said, it's all on me, but Alicia has did a real good job at not blaming daddy. You know.
That's big.
Yeah, she's done a real good job at that. So, Taylor got some good parents, bro. Our daughter has some good parents, and that's something that I'm proud of. So yeah, she's still gonna have questions. She might have questions until she's a middle-aged woman, you know, and we want to be there to make sure we answering those questions the right way. But yeah, that was the most difficult thing. I don't know where I'm going now. That was the most difficult thing, bro. That was tough.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was
Josh,
tough.
you want to go ahead and bring out one of them 10,000 questions you got?
We ain't got to do that, bro.
All right, so
let me say this real quick. This is something that people need to hear. I'm over here crying and shit.
Sorry, bro. Bree, you got some tampons with you? No, okay.
I don't know what that means, but
You don't know what they are. I know.
no, I don't. I don't want people to make it a habit to rush back to happiness.
Yeah,
That's not healthy.
It's-
If you need to cry,
Cry it out.
if you need to
Feel
be
it out.
mad, do that shit. I think as humans, we have to, especially men, we got to rush back to happiness. I don't fuck with this feeling. No.
Yeah.
Let me rush back to happiness. Let me go do some fun. Let me go get on a roller coaster or some shit.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I'm sad today. You know what I'm saying?
That's big, man.
Yeah.
Because
You don't have to rush back to it.
just like you said, it's very common with men, man, because we don't like to feel, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
certain shit. So when we like going through a breakup, like I mean I remember talking about my breakup on the show, how we cried together, you know what I'm saying, because that was a very difficult time right there. And I immediately, I don't want to say immediately, but I had my fun and shit like that, but it came to a point in time, so I was like, man, I actually need to heal, you know,
Yeah.
because all I was doing was just trying not to feel. You know, I don't want to feel this, but when I allow myself to go through and feel everything that I was feeling, I ended up better, because that holding on to some shit like that fucks you up in your next relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because you putting off all this energy and all this insecurity on the next person. You know, so it becomes very unhealthy, man.
And I push pause on your next question because I don't want to rush back to happiness, you know what I'm saying, so quickly, especially if you feeling some type of way. But B, I don't want to paint a false picture of what being a human is like. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people do that shit. I said this in Houston. Salute to Cliche, man. Like when she had us in Houston, she asked me one of the most toughest questions in front of everybody. But my response, well, I'm not gonna go into the question, but my response was, everybody love to talk about black love, black love, black love, black love. But at the end of the day, it's still love.
Yeah.
And it's difficult as fuck, bro. Love is difficult. It's like you can't just say, oh, I'm black and she black and it's black excellence. Like, no, this shit's like Barack and Michelle still get into it, I'm certain. You know, they still have disagreements, I'm certain. It can be very tough in some relationships. So, and I'm not an exception to that rule.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to paint a false image that marriage is just everyday peaches and cream, or that separation is just bad. It's horrible. Like, no, it's some great days, you know, when Alicia and I are able to toss back a few jokes, you know.
Still ain't had that yet.
But yeah, so I mean, just like every day is not gonna be bad, every day is not gonna be good.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I want people to see the authenticity of being a freaking human. You do not have to be a superhuman for people to like applaud you. Like, nah, like it's okay to be hurt and shaken up by some shit, man. So I'm shaken up right now.
Yeah, and that shows that you are a human. You know what I'm saying? You ain't being beige and no shit like that. You being a real human being, man. And I really appreciate you for man, for going into that, man. Something that I wanted to ask you, you know, and I knew you was gonna answer it, you know, but I'm glad you did. I'm gonna just say that, you know, because that opens up the door for me to be more expressive and talk about shit, which I'm not, but it just opens up the door. That don't mean I'm gonna walk through the motherfucker. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you for that, my brother.
Most definitely.
So I want to know, man, what is something that you would change about the person that you are today?
What's something I would change about me today? I'm prideful, bro. I'm prideful as fuck, to the point where it's a bad thing, you know. Like I don't ask for much help, you know, and that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it comes from, I was always the helper, you know. I was always the one that was assisted. I've never, like growing up, I didn't have to ask for help because I'm the one distributing the help.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's like. It's kind of uncomfortable
To be the helpee.
Yeah, to be like, hey, can you assist me with this? You know, and that comes from my pride, bro. I just got too much pride in that. I got too much pride to embarrass myself. It's a lot of shit that I wanted to do in high school. I wanted to do a lot of shit in high school, but I was like I wanted to be in a band, bro.
Yeah, I remember you said you want to like twist the batons and shit.
I didn't say all that.
Oh, okay.
I definitely didn't say that. But I wanted to be in the band, and I remember signing up for the band when I was in 6th grade, like, because you're getting ready to go to, like, now 6th grade is part of middle school, right?
Yeah,
but when I was coming up, 6th grade was still elementary. So we were signing up for our classes that we was going to be in the middle school, and one of the electives that I chose was, like, well, not electives, but one of the after-school curricular activities that I picked was band. I wanted to be in the band. And then I remember getting to 7th grade, and I realized that everybody made fun of the band. Like, oh, look at them band geeks and all that shit. And I was like, oh, I ain't being in the band. Fuck that.
I'm good.
Fuck that, you know? Yeah. And so, like, it's been a ton of situations like that my whole life, and pride has kept me from and it's also just fear too, just fear of embarrassing myself. My homegirl got on my ass the other day saying, nigga, you need to post more. You have a podcast. And I got mad at her, like, I got upset. But then a few moments later, I was like, damn, she's right. You know, I'm not used to nobody checking me.
Yeah.
I'm not used to it because I've been the checker.
Yeah.
It's new. A lot of the shit that's happening now is relatively new. It's new to me.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Lord. Damn, EJ. You got me crying. And shit.
Only been 30 minutes.
I ain't cried since August. When last time you had a good cry, bro?
Good one?
That wasn't a good cry, by the way. Like, it was a cry. It didn't come down my eyes. All right, let's go ahead and get that. Last time you cried.
When I talked about it on the show last time about me
You almost
talking
got
to
choked
Caleb.
up then.
Yeah, I think I did get choked up.
I saw it.
Yeah, that was tough, man.
I saw it.
Like,
yeah.
cause I remember I was crying in the car, you know, and I couldn't even stop it.
Yeah.
I couldn't even stop it, man. I wanted to, but I was just like, yeah, I couldn't even do it.
Last time you cried, Josh?
Oh well, what was it? Little Lion King or some shit?
Little Lion King.
I didn't say Little Lion King.
I got choked up last night on an episode of House.
Really?
Yeah. Dog died. It was a bummer.
Oh no, I fuck with that. I've definitely cried at some movies.
Man,
Back to the interview.
yeah, we can.
This or that?
Yeah, looking ass.
All right, man.
I
Mary J. Blige, no more tears.
I appreciate you for doing this, bro.
It's better this
you,
way.
You good?
I'm good, man. Go ahead.
Okay, I think that's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
All right. Time for the bonus content. I'm not kidding.
That was it.
I got 10 right here. Real quick ones.
Okay. That's the interviewer.
You know what? I do want to ask you this, man. Only because our situations are different for as co-parenting, in a sense. So, I've been co-parenting since day one, you know, of Caleb being on this earth, and this is something that is this is something that is new, you know, to you, and so how are you? What is co-parenting to you? Like what does it look like? How is it? Since this is since this is new, I tried to get it out again.
How is it?
Yeah.
So far so good. So far so good. You know, we got a schedule, which is it's weird. Let me say that it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because up until this point, you know, if you count the times that I've been out of town or something like that, like I ain't never spent the night outside of my daughter, you know. So it's weird. It's pretty weird. It's very weird. Yeah. I don't know much more. Yeah, I don't know much more I can say after that. It's just very weird. I'm still trying to get adjusted to it. I realize that we've all three of us have been in the same home for a long time, and now I have to reverse that, you know. So I'm not quite like, okay, a good example of that. Last Friday we had a tornado watch. Last Friday we had a tornado watch, and my first thought was like, all right, let me text Alicia so I can go over there and protect the home. You know? So I shot her a text message like, yo, can I come through? You know, in case this storm come, I want us to be together.
Yeah.
You know? And she didn't respond until later, so like I think it was like almost 8 o'clock. The watch was gonna be over at 9, so I was like, and she said Taylor was already asleep. So, but I wanted my daughter to know that her dad was there just in case some shit happened. Mm-hmm. And as weird as it sounds due to our situation, like I wanted Alicia to know that I still got your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. I don't know if she thinks I'm faking it sometimes or just being nice, but I still have her back. Like that's my. I don't want to say that because it's still weird, but you can't just cut 8 years off, 9 years off. Really, you can't really just cut that shit off at the sound of "we over." Mm-hmm. Like it's still some admiration there. There's still some love there.
Yeah.
It's just that this aspect of that didn't work out. But can't nobody say nothing bad about you in front of me because they're gonna have a fight on their hands. You know. So getting adjusted to co-parenting is just weird, bro. Like it's still new. It's just still new. Like having to, like I'm realizing I'm spending a lot of money on gas, just driving back and forth. You know, but I want to.
Yeah.
You know, I want to. Like, I want to be with my daughter, you know. It's gonna be very difficult when I decide to date again. Put it like that. It's gonna be real difficult because I don't know what it's like to date with a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know what it'll be new. So I'm not really interested in nobody like that. But when I do decide that person just gonna have to understand that, hey, that's my child, mom. I still got her back.
Yeah.
I still got her back. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people may not like that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it is what until she get a dude, then it'll probably be easier.
Yeah,
you know, but yeah, that's and that's just what I'm saying right now. I don't know. It may change in, you know, soon. I don't know, but co-parenting is weird based on history, and the dynamic that I have with Alicia is been great. It's been cool, but still just trying to figure it out. Like, how are we now? You know, like sometimes it is a little like the holidays just passed, and that was an awkward time. Very awkward, bro. So, just trying to deal with the awkwardness, and I got to keep reminding myself that this too shall pass. You know,
Yeah.
I ain't want to be quoting Bible scriptures or anything like that, but
Spit them out.
it will. This will pass. You know.
Where that came from?
I don't know.
It got to be in there somewhere,
It gotta be in there
right?
somewhere.
It's a lot of
We've been
books.
hearing everybody say it for so long.
Yeah,
This
it's a
too
lot of
shall
books.
pass. But
But it will though. I mean, it's
I'm not the first one to do this.
yeah,
I'm not the first one to go through this.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. It's just time, man. A lot of shit will become normalized, man. After a while, but like you say, it's just I don't see you. I mean, because since I've known you, you only been with two people, I think. Well, you know, so I don't see you being with somebody, you know, if it does go there, with a person who doesn't or wouldn't understand the
Right.
situation, because you are definitely let certain things be known up front. This is how it is, and that's, you know, you rocking with it. No, you know, I feel like a lot of dialogue come before something even like that to pop up.
Yeah.
So, Joshua,
What?
your turn, my brother.
Oh, now? All right, now we know who the real fans are, because they're still here at a minute 38.
A minute 38. Damn, we only been podcasting for a minute.
Somebody had a couple of drinks.
An
He
hour.
looking at the top
Like a minute 38? What? That was the fastest minute. All right. I feel like I built it up too much now.
That's all good. Just let them roll.
We already talked about your beard, right? All right, let me check.
checking in.
Let me check that one.
My
off.
beard ain't even where I want it to be yet, man. My shit long as fuck, bro, but it just keep curling up, man. I got that black man curl, bro. Like, my shit long, bro, but it just curls up.
So let's not get caught in the weeds.
He talking about his fucking beard. Like, yeah, he didn't shave his shit. My shit still been growing, and his shit is still longer than mine.
Yeah, get out of here. I want that James Harden.
Okay, question 2.
All right.
I mean, after all EJ's questions, so it's like question 2A. So, what are the rules that you made up for yourself that you discovered from being a grown-up versus what you were taught to believe?
Oh, tell people how you feel. Yes. You want lightning round quick answers
This
too?
is lightning round, dude.
Just go.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
I just need to know the answer. I don't give a fuck how you came to it.
All right. Bet. Yeah. Tell people how you feel.
What have you tried to do in your life as far as like a skill or like a venture that you tried to do and failed at?
Home inspections. Do we got to be like skilled
Really?
like that? Yeah. I was trying to be.
That's like a job. They're like, I want to do this. and
I was
then
trying to be
you
a
did it
home
and you-
inspector. They get paid a lot of money, and
you
I failed
fucked
that
it up.
test
There you go. That's
And-
awesome.
And-
Twice.
and you never. Oh, you did do it twice.
twice.
I can say you never
Man.
did it again.
And that bill was like $300 a test too.
Really?
Yeah, and I was the only one working at the time. That was, boy, Lord.
You must have been really bad at it.
I'm a bad test taker, man.
That's okay. Who's your parents' favorite kid?
Me.
He said no.
If you had a
I actually think it's Derek. On the cool. No, I actually do, man. Like, Mama, she listens to the podcast too. She might be upset. I don't know if she's listening to this, but I think it's my little bro. Like, cause they argue the most, but I think behind that is a genuine like admiration there. I don't know who Dad loved the most.
Like, nigga, love, nigga. I like you.
probably his other set of kids.
I'm still not convinced that I don't have other siblings, bro. I'm not.
Oh shit. If you had $1 billion and you can spend it any way you want except on yourself, what would you do?
I like this question because a lot of stuff came into mind. I think I would. I gotta spend all of it, right?
You gotta spend all of it in one day, and you can't spend it on yourself or your family.
Okay, I would somehow find a way to divvy $1 billion up to everybody that makes below a certain salary. I don't know what that certain salary is yet. I would have to do the calculations, but I would get somebody like a mathematician or some shit and say, find out everybody who make below $30,000 a year and give them X amount of dollars. That's what I would do.
Nice. Just people in America?
Just America.
Okay, cool. Because otherwise, everyone would get like a nickel. All right.
Yeah, just America.
Would you go to Mars?
Somebody else asked me this a couple weeks ago.
Might have been me. I've been asking.
Nah, it wasn't you. I think it was my coworker, but no, I'm not interested.
No?
No.
Fuck Mars? I'm with you.
Fuck Mars.
If you were king for a day, like king of the world, what would like your first 3 executive king actions be?
King of the world?
King of the world, like Game of Thrones. Like, I don't like you. Cut his head off. Like, what do you do?
Y'all 3 bitches come with me. Some shit like that, right?
That'd be your answer for real. I need you, and you in that room pronto.
I'd be like, now, bitches.
Hurry. Now.
Underlay.
Oh, man. Damn, 3 things I need done. Yo. I need my back massaged. I need a strategy to feed the poor.
Yes, overcome poverty.
And find me the baddest Instagram chick.
Wow. I was going a way different direction with that question. Okay.
It's off the fly. It's off the fly.
All right. Well, now that we got like all emotional about like your marriage and stuff, who was the one that got away?
Ooh. That's a good one.
Why DA raise up like that, man? I don't have none, bro. Like besides my marriage not working, bro. That's been it. Like I've said I love you before, but I realized that I didn't love them. So it ain't necessarily been nobody that got away. I've had other girlfriends, but I ain't give a fuck about them like that.
That's good.
So yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted to say like about like your whole situation there was like parents model everything for their children. Mm-hmm. And it's like my mom just got divorced this last month after 26 years of misery.
Yeah.
And she modeled for me how to stay in a shitty relationship and be miserable. I would have much rather her model for me how to separate and be a mature adult and live peacefully with somebody else instead. So I think that it's an opportunity. It's your daughter's going to break up with somebody. Now she has a model for what it looks like to do it healthfully. Right. You know? So that's good.
Right.
All right. Do you last question.
Okay.
Do you have any other white friends? Why or why not?
I define friend.
Okay, so why not?
We'll just jump into the second part of that question.
Man, bro, like I got somebody white that's pretty cool, but like we don't hang out or nothing like that, you know. So I guess I can't
know
say
we only hang out because I have a studio.
I would hang out with you though.
I invited you to the movies,
When was that?
but you were already gonna go see the what was it?
You told
King
me
and
about
Slim.
King of Slim. Oh, Queen of Slim.
Yeah, and I wanted you to come with me
Oh,
to
but you
Joe
didn't-
Rogan, but you didn't like his comedy.
Oh yeah, not. I like his show. Not a fan of his comedy though. But
So I think we're friends. But do you have any
we
other
are
white
friends.
friends?
Hey, you want to know what's fucked up? I ain't get shit. Nigga, he ain't text me. Hey,
EJ's
EJ,
like-
me and TJ, we're going to go see Joe Rogan. We might go to the movie.
There's some history behind that because for Josh's birthday, I know Josh is a big fan of Joe Rogan. So for his birthday and the fact that he provides a studio for us to come in here and do podcasts and shit, like I said, yo, let me do something nice for my man. I'm gonna get him. I got him tickets to the Joe Rogan comedy stand-up special that was here in like November, I want to say.
Yeah, no
And when I got it for him, he had already had tickets. So like he was asking me about like, yo, when we just go together, you know, and rough time at that time.
Alright.
Rough time at that time.
Alright,
so
that's
I bought 2
Adjusting.
tickets, but he already had 2, so I was like, oh, so there's an extra one. Like,
yeah. So that was the Joe Rogan. What about the fucking movies?
I think he misspoke.
I don't think I invited you.
Yeah.
Like we were there, and I was like, "You should." And then you were sitting down to the movie when we had gotten out of ours,
Right.
At a
Yes.
totally different theater.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
EJ, you want
He's
to go to the
still
movies
wondering
with
where
me?
his invite is.
Hey,
When,
y'all
Josh?
FaceTimed, okay? And I was left out of that,
That's true.
okay?
That's all I had.
Josh did FaceTime me.
Thank you, man.
And that don't mean he loved me.
He's all, an invite to the movies is love.
He's so jealous.
I don't even feel bad because you just strike me as the kind of person where I don't think you'd want to be seen in public with me.
Damn.
Just like
What?
just the two of us.
Oh no, I definitely do that. We can definitely go to a bar, but we'll talk about that shit off air though.
All right.
Yeah, off air.
I don't want to like mess with your street cred or anything.
Hey, yeah, it's now that you did say that, I understand now. I understand why you
I
said
don't
it.
I don't dress very well and I can't rap, so like there's no.
All right.
All right, let's go ahead and end the show. Let's go ahead and do that. But TJ, my brother, man, once again, man, I know I said I appreciated you earlier, man, but I do appreciate you for being here, man, for episode 84, man. Who would have fucking even ever thought we would have had 84 episodes? So that's pretty dope, man.
That's crazy.
It is.
There's TV shows that don't have 84 episodes.
I remember when we used to record in the laundry room.
It was a bad idea, but
What happened?
it was the only place that was quiet, man. So yeah.
Ah, man, people don't understand like the struggle to get to a certain type of, and because I remember our first episode we recorded in the fucking in the living room. Who was that? Tia place, man. That shit was trash.
She was trash. We
It
didn't
was-
put the bitch out.
We didn't put out the first episode. So, yeah, I do remember that. So we just started with episode number 2.
Yeah.
So it says episode number 2. Not
I mean,
one.
it's technically episode number 1 because that's what we put out, but
Right.
people don't know we actually had a whole episode before
That's
that.
the lost episode.
That's the lost episode.
Do we still got it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I wouldn't put that shit out.
I
Anyway.
did. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, you ain't even want to do the fucking video.
Views have changed.
That nigga D Rick got I often say what is that? A Nikon. I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read it from right here. What Nikon, nigga? All right, nigga loaded. All right. What does that say? What is it?
Yeah, Nikon.
Fuck out of here. Nikon, whatever, man.
Tomato.
Yeah.
I got one of those Canon cameras. It's not as good.
Yeah, I understand the Dollar General version. I got you. But man, I do have another question, man. And I'm really gonna put you on the spot for this, man. We're at 84 episodes. What has been your favorite episode?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. It's a few that stick out, and it's kind of hard to put those over the other.
Okay, give me your top 3 then.
Oh, top 3?
Yeah.
All right. The one with me, you, and CJ.
Okay.
Because that was like I had my brothers. You know what I'm saying? We out here together. That was fun. Me, you, and Smitty. That was a good one. That's probably our most listened to episode as well. I don't know why people are still listening to that episode, but it gets the most plays. That's when you was talking about.
Yeah,
nigga,
I know.
Nigga threw a flag at your shoe.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay. Yeah, he's like, I already know.
He just had to bring like, nigga, I know. Like, I know what episode it is.
And another episode that I really enjoyed was probably the one that we did with it was your friend.
The one with Reagan?
Not Reagan.
Okay.
It wasn't that long ago, but we was talking about like gender fluidity and all of this stuff. We was talking about if your son wanted to join the Girl Scouts and all of that. Was that Ashley? Amber. I'm about to say Ashley. Amber. That was a good episode because I felt like we was all like, I think we provided something for everybody to listen to on that episode. You know, like it wasn't any kind of bias. You know, you listen to some podcasts and it's just one point of view that's being spoken about the whole episode, and the shit is boring. You know, but I think on that episode you said some things, Amber said some things, I said some things, and it was 3 different points of views about one topic, and that was pretty dope.
I remember that episode.
Yeah.
A couple of people told me that I was being very biased and that I was bashing Christianity. Yeah, I remember that. And I said this shows how some people are. I said so what did I say that was bashful?
Bashful.
Is another way to say it? Bashing.
Bashful means shy.
Yeah, I think bashing is the word.
Take the fool off. You know,
you take it off.
But they said I was bashing Christianity, and
right.
I said so what did I say that was so bashing? I really don't remember. You know, and I'm like,
They felt attacked.
and that's all it is, Bree. It's like I couldn't, because I said something that disagreed with what they believe.
They hit their ego.
I was automatically wrong, you know. So yeah, I remember that. I don't want to put this shit on me, you know, but they know who they were.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's everybody's entitled to their opinion. They're gonna be being neutral, huh? But everybody is entitled to their opinion.
They are.
About stuff, you know.
And
like your opinion come from your childhood and your experience and your adulthood and all that stuff. So for me, man, it's valid. Like when people just say something is bullshit right off the top, that don't make sense to me because you just rejected everything that this person just went through. You know what I'm saying? So like if I see somebody that's gay or Republican or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I just say whatever you represent right now is bullshit, that's ignorant of me. You know what I'm saying? That's ignorant of me because like Dave Chappelle said something that was pretty dope on Oprah. Everybody has seen this clip, but he said you can't just write people off and call them crazy because it's dismissive. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have anything else to describe my disagreement with you, so I just say you're crazy.
It's crazy.
And that's not right.
Right.
No, you're lacking the intelligence to pry and get more questions or ask more questions, you know, and get an understanding. You rather just jump straight to, oh, this person's crazy, or this person is full of shit. Like, nah, ask some questions. Bro, I am a big firm believer that it's a lot of folks that's dead and they would still be alive if they just had a conversation with the person that killed them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of niggas that's dead, bro, and all over a fucking block, a fucking red t-shirt.
Yep.
A lot of people have, it's just a lot of shit that could have been solved with conversation, and it really interests me that people are not interested in having conversation with people that they disagree with. I'm gonna call that bullshit. You know, that's so baffling to me that people don't want to have a conversation, because conversation, it really rules the nation, man. Like we've been saying that for years. It really rules the nation, bro. Like like I said, when we closed the last episode with you, you said you might get some haters. I don't know if you're going to get that, man, because it's just something about talking that people who want to listen, because you can push stop.
Big difference.
You can push stop and pause on a podcast at any time, but if they listen to the very end, they was fucking with it.
Yep.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't hit 30 seconds like I do.
Yeah.
The skip. I definitely hit
so,
that. But
yeah.
I definitely agree with you, bro, because I've even adapted. I've been doing this for like a little while. I still slip up from time to time, but when I'm trying to explain something that might be unexplainable or I don't have the right word for it, I automatically go to crazy, but I try to reject their response and actually try to describe it and stop writing it off as crazy because it's something,
Right.
But like you said, a lot of people like to write people off as being crazy just because their understanding is not what that person is, because that person might be speaking straight facts, but the level of your understanding is not where that person is, so they automatically crazy. Because it's a lot of, I feel like it's a lot of fucking smart ass homeless people, man.
Absolutely.
But just because that person is homeless, person who is not homeless is not gonna listen to nothing that person is saying, you know. So it's all about perception and shit like that, man.
Bro, and you know what? You know what? Hey, it's not even a question. I just want to say this, bro. One of the most fucked up things about life in general, but especially life here in America, you got a kid over here who was born to a 2-parent home. His parents make a combined of $200,000 a year. Mm-hmm. His parents love each other, and everything is sweet. But you also have another kid over here who was born to a crackhead mom, a father who's in prison, and no kind of structure in a neighborhood that's just completely fucked up. Mm-hmm. Both of those kids are born, right? But both of them are expected to succeed. Ain't that kind of fucked up? They're both expected to succeed, and we people judge folks every fucking day and say, you ain't got a car yet? You still live with your mom? Motherfucker, my motherfucking mom was a crackhead or whatever. Like, you don't know that person's situation before we judge it. It's kind of fucked up. Somebody turns 22 years old. You still staying with your parents or whatever? Yeah.
Somebody turning 30.
Somebody turning 30.
That's an American thing.
It's an American thing.
Yeah.
So those two kids are expected to succeed, but they come from two different advantages and disadvantages.
Man.
And it's so fucked up, bro.
But you also see
fucked
from
up.
both sides of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Where people are very privileged and come out to be nothing.
That's a good point,
and
too.
And then there's kids that come from absolutely nothing and become everything.
Yeah.
Man, something that I don't like about society is people, just like how you said that a person in a certain situation, right? You doing this, you doing that, and people don't know the story behind why that person is in the situation that they're in. Mm-hmm. They just look at the situation and automatically judge. But a lot of people don't know that can happen to you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But people don't like to think that way because of the situation that they're in. They're not looking for that situation to change, but it's very likely that it can. For a person that still stay at home with their parents and you don't, I feel like a lot of people, especially in America, live paycheck to paycheck, and a lot of people is probably 2 paychecks from being homeless. So just take that into consideration. If you don't get paid 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, maybe two to 3 paychecks, IRS garnishment or whatever the case may be. How you gonna pay your bills? You can actually lose shit, or natural disaster can happen. Get a fucking it just sounds so different now. I'm sorry. Now I ain't gotta yell. I'm gonna just say the rest of it in his voice too. So you ain't really gotta I'm sorry, bro.
You good, man? You good?
Damn, what the fuck I was saying.
You talking about natural disasters?
Oh yeah. Nigga, I love you, bro. Like, I literally forgot. But yeah, like it's just like anything can happen at any given time, bro.
Absolutely.
That people don't take into consideration, but they're so quick to judge a person on what they don't have and what they in areas that they lack and where they feel like they should be at. You know, I just wanted to say that. I don't know
awesome,
why.
man.
You know, I think my alcohol wearing down now, so I'm good. I can drive home. Josh, anything you want to throw out there, my brother? No, okay. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
I know we had a lot of feedback from the last show. And I'm sure we'll shout those people out on the next episode.
Yeah, it's a lot of shout outs too. So yeah.
So we'll do that, man. Any last words, man?
It was something I wanted to say. Charge it to my head, not my heart. Anybody that's listening to this and feel like I said something that was disrespectful or anything like that, just have a conversation with me first, or don't, you know. But just know that it'll be best for you to have a conversation with me. So yeah.
That's how she wrote.
All right, man. Well, do I close it out or do you close it out? Is this?
We can
You say bye. Bye.
It's kind of gay. That's me judging this shit.
As you judge, see.
Let's do it the regular way. That's cool.
All right, well, man. Thank you for interviewing me. This was dope. So yeah, let's get back to our regular podcasting next week. We can talk about some regular shit, you know?
Something not hurtful.
All right, man. Well, we have still not found a cool way to end the show, so we're just saying this every time we go.
You know what?
What's that?
Fuck it.
Salute.